Hey there, widows. This is the officially unofficial geek podcast, YouTube version, and I, as always, am your excellent host, one Miss Carrie Quinn. Hi. So today, well, actually, I just did a video, I'm catching up, okay? Just did a video involving, and posted. I will be posting a video, a few videos, uh, and I'm doing them all in a row because I got time to do them. Um, Took time from my busy schedule to talk comics with y'all. So in this edition of the officially unofficial geek podcast, um, YouTube version, I'm gonna be talking about a few comics that I've read recently. A little something extra at the end too. Um, so we're gonna just jump right into it. So my last video that I just recorded was about the Batman White Knight presents Harley Quinn series. Check it out. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. That's always great. Check out the Facebook. I don't think I mentioned that in the last video. For the officially unofficial geek podcast, I will put the address, pathway, whatever you want to call it, to it below. Also, if you're on TikTok, I'm on TikTok as well. I recently posted a video recently. Jesus Christ, Carrie. I'm a real person. I'm a real person that's awkward as fuck sometimes, guys. Alright. Um, so I actually recently did a TikTok a few days ago. I'm not like posting obsessively to this goddamn thing, but I post every once in a while when I have a quick little thing. Um, I recently watched the before I get into the comics, I'll tell you. So I am not as much of a connoisseur of horror movies as my boyfriend is. Believe me, he is amazing with that knowledge and will watch anything. I would think anything, but like I can definitely say practically anything involving the horror genre, and knows shit up your ass about it. Like he knows everything. I think maybe, but he knows at least a goddamn whole fucking lot about it, and um he actually was we were um I watched some stuff with him. Admittedly, I am not as much of a connoisseur as he is, but I have been known to sit there and watch stuff with him. A long period in my life, I didn't have a lot of people to watch horror movies with, even though I did like them, suspense, thriller, horror shows, and everything like that. So then when he came back into my life, I had to kind of like gradually get back into it. I'm still working on it. Still working on it because I do really enjoy that stuff. One of the things that I really enjoy is that we have access to Shudder, and Shudder recently put up the first episode of the second season of Creepshow. Now, I really enjoy all that I've seen of Creepshow, and it was really good, and that's what my TikTok was about the other day, because we sat down and we watched the episode of Creepshow, the new one. Now, they are releasing them one at a time, not like some of these other companies like Netflix that will release the whole season at once, so then you can, like, over a weekend binge the entire season of Cobra Kai, because we did. It really happened over like 2 days. We binged the entire season of Cobra Kai. Um, So they're really kind of it's one at a time that they're releasing these. So that's okay. Can't binge it like we did with Cobra Kai and other stuff like that. So yeah, it's but every once in a while if I'm watching something and something's really caught me right away, I will post a quick little TikTok video about it. I've also posted like cute videos involving my cats, because they're really fucking cute. Catwoman. Cat lady. So, enough about the TikTok. If you want to look at it, if you're on TikTok, it's the officially unofficial geek at officially unofficial geek. TikTok, officially unofficial geek. Check it out, if you're on TikTok. And if you like what you see, or even if you don't like what you see, like me and follow me anyways, because maybe eventually I'll talk about something you like. Like there's another video up there where I talk about taste testing the new Coke with coffee, the Coke coffee, which I actually surprisingly liked. So there's different things that will be up there that I'll do. I'll do quick little, like, look what I got kind of videos. Or I'll also give like quick little updates like, hey, check out this video that's going to be coming up on the YouTube. And sometimes, you can be like, okay, well, if that's what she's talking about, then I definitely want to watch that video when she posts it. So I'm definitely going to check out the YouTube. So cool. Anyways, enough with that bullshit. Let's get on to the comics. So, first one I'm going to show you is one I got recently, and it is called, it's The Joker 1. Now, I went ahead and made the choice to get this particular cover. There was a couple covers where I was at to find this one. This is apparently Punchline, and I actually, in another video recently, posted that a video basically about me, getting a bunch of trades. It's the trade haul video. So check that out. I have not read the Joker War Saga yet. Truth be told, I am knee deep into Batman White Knight, but obviously, if you've seen that video, I do have the Joker War Saga hardcover all ready to go once I can get to it. But I was checking this out. I was like, oh my gosh, so this is the Joker's new girlfriend, Punchline. Yeah. Ew. But not you with the fucking comic book. Okay, so what's really great about this issue, and what I was not expecting at all, not expecting this. I thought that this was going to be one of those, we're telling the story completely from the viewpoint of the Joker. No. It's not. It's not told from the viewpoint of the Joker. It is actually Commissioner Gordon, who is now retired. Okay. So Commissioner Gordon is now retired and trying to spend time doing his own thing. And he's kind of the whole issue starts out with him reflecting on some things that he learned as he was leaving the Chicago Police Department for Gotham, and a little bit of his history. And it's really, it's not a Joker centric comic. It is retired Commissioner Gordon. And for that reason, I think this is one that I want to kind of keep up with. Um, I don't want to actually, sometimes with some of these series you get to the point where it's like, unless you really need to look at it to keep up with a certain other part of the story that you are keeping up with, sometimes you want to just sit there and be like, I'm going to get the trade, and I'm going to wait for the next trade to come out. But this is actually one that I think I'm going to be keeping up with, because it's kind of interesting. I do really, really like this comic because it did surprise me. It surprised me because it is told through the viewpoint of the retired commissioner. And I don't want to give it away, but the commissioner has a strange meeting with someone, and they make him an offer he can't refuse. So they influence him to take on a new. I guess since he's retired, technically it's maybe a paid hobby. We'll call it that. Job. You know what? Let's go ahead and call it a job. He's being offered a new position. Yeah. So, and obviously, since it is Joker 1, it has to fucking do with the Joker. So, just read it. Just read it, because I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to be one of those fucking people that tells you there's no fucking spoilers in the video. Yes, technically I did tell you. I did tell you some shit that's in it. I did. But nothing that's ruining the big picture here, okay? This is going to be one of those things. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be kind of a journey of not just, actual like movement in a story, but a journey of Commissioner Gordon's mind, I think, if I'm hypothesizing correctly. So that would be the really great reason to check that one out. Is it's some good storytelling in that one, and I did really like it, and it seems really cool. So the next one I'm going to be talking about today is Batman Superman 16. This is, let me see if I can get the glare off by taking it out of my handy dandy bag and board here. Okay, that helped a little bit. Okay. Two worlds, two heroes, double the danger. Okay, so deal with this one. There, I'm sure if you've kept up with anything and you've actually looked at some of the articles that have possibly come out about this one. The deal with this one. Okay, all right. So there are different ways that you could read this one. Okay, I'm going to tell you the different ways that you can read it, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I read it. And I'm going to try to do that in a way so that you don't have to deal with any kind of, like I said, I don't want to give you any big spoilers. Because to tell you very much about it, I'm not going to tell you a lot about this, because to tell you very much about it is kind of spoilery. And I don't really want to do that. I don't want to be one of those. I want to allow you guys to have your own adventure with these. So there are different ways that you could read this. So what's really cool about this is you have two different panels. Okay, so you have the top panel, right? And then you have the bottom panel in the comic book. Okay. So you can either read it throughout the whole book, just read the top panel and then read the bottom panel, or you can read the bottom panel and then the top panel, whoever you would prefer. okay? Because the Superman story is going to be the top panel, okay? And the Batman story is going to be the bottom panel, okay? So you can either read the entire book, choosing one panel or the other, top or bottom. That's one way you can do it. You can read the entire panel of one throughout the comic book, then go back to the beginning and read the entire one, the other one, top or bottom, either way, start or second. Or you can do what I did. Um, well, okay, so there's two different versions related to the way that I did this. And what I did is I went page to page, top then bottom. And so depending on kind of the way that everything was flowing, I was either reading the left top bottom, then right top bottom, or if it flowed in a certain way where it goes across, I was reading top then bottom. And there are certain reasons why, because like I said, the top portion is Superman's story, and the bottom portion is Batman. There are certain reasons why I think personally that it needs to be read the way that I did it. And I can't tell you why. Sorry. I can only tell you that I highly recommend reading it in that way where you're reading the top, then the bottom of each page. Not going all the way through and then going back and going all the way through. People say that you can read it that way. I think it's not necessarily the best way to read it. That's my opinion. And you know what you can always do, and I didn't do this, and maybe I can at some point. You could always try both different ways. Like you can always go through and read it like I'm recommending, which I recommend. I recommend. You can read it top and then bottom of each page. And then go back and read it the other way and see what you think about how it flows, or not, up to you. But yeah, so I don't want to give too much away on this one because you just got to read it if you haven't already. If you have, I want to hear what you think of it. Try not to get too spoilery in the comments, or get on my Facebook page, send me a DM. Let me know what you think of it. If you can do it without being spoilery in the comments, do it, because I don't want to be that kind of person that does all the spoilers and shit like that. I want to try and stay away from that especially with something like this that's people really enjoy being surprised. So, that was, like I said, that was the Batman Superman, number 16. Really good. But a lot of fun, and really good, a lot of fun. And again, I recommend page to page, top then bottom. You'll thank me later, I think. Maybe. Starting to make it a little bit disjointed. Had to take a break to get something to drink. Third comic that I'm going to talk to you guys about. And I've talked about the first 3 in another video. Big, long video about comics. So, I decided to kind of because I've been reading a lot lately, I'm going to tone it down and do a few here and there. Make it a little bit easier on y'all. But I've talked about the first 3 issues to this one previously. And it is the Batman Catwoman. I believe this is a variant cover, even though this is the one I like. You got Helena Wayne here, and you got Catwoman. Sorry, I don't mean to flip everyone off of the camera. And you got Batman over here. So this is the one where it's also another one that's not canon to the main story. Um, but it's still really good to sometimes read those kind of tales, you know. And it is kind of one of these things where it's kind of like you're in the present, and the present is this kind of thing, and then you're in the past, right? Which is a whole other like, and eventually it's going to come together, I think. The problem that I couldn't put my finger on it last time, um, that I am okay. So overall, I'm really liking the story. I'm liking the characters, and I'm liking the whole, Selena Kyle, thing. I'm liking the whole Helena Wayne aspect of it. Still like it. The one thing that I have kind of a little bit of a gripe about, and I couldn't put my finger on it before, and I totally figured it out this time. So you have this whole like present storyline, whatever that is, and then you have this whole like going back into the past storyline. And the problem that I have here is the transitions. The whole idea of transitioning between what's happening in the present, what's happening in the past. Now, there's certain things that are happening in the text and happening in the artwork related to the text that tries to give a proper transition. Like it's the appearance of bubbles that have a different appearance. But still, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if you are just looking at and just noticing that there's text there, the difference in the bubble look really doesn't do much to help with the idea of transition. Um, it feels a little bit disjointed in places where it's like, okay, wait, are we dealing with the present? Is this the thoughts and words of people in the so-called present, or is this the thoughts and words of people in the so-called past? The other thing that just in this particular issue that I kind of have a gripe about is there's the idea of telling people enough that they need to know to understand what's going on in the story. You know what? Here's the thing. I understand this is a number of issues that are going to be in this. This is only issue 4, okay? And I believe the whole series is going to be like, I think it's going to be 10 issues, 10 or 12, something like that. And I understand that maybe there needs to be a little bit of a keeping things a little bit of a mystery aspect, because obviously this is an entire like, why is this happening kind of mystery. Why is Selena acting the way she is in the present? Why is Selena acting the way she is in the past? And I get that to a point. There's a certain interaction that relates to an interaction at the end of the book, of the end of the issue, that if more had happened in this first interaction between Selena and someone else, it would have been easier to understand what exactly is happening in the end of the issue, with the particular exchange that she has near the end of the issue. Like, actually at the end of the issue. So there's the idea of keeping some stuff under your hat. And then there's the idea of keeping too much under your hat at one time. And that happened with this issue. One, the transitions, not the best, not the easiest to follow. Two, keeping too much under your hat at the wrong times. That it really didn't fucking matter, in my opinion. Like, why the hell is she reacting this way to this situation? I understand. It was one of those things where it's like you had to sit there and you had to think about it, like, and that's okay, having to think about things, but having to think about it that much that it's like, okay, I do have a mind capable of complex thought enough that I don't think it should take that long for me to fill in the blanks with what happened here. And the fact of the matter is, me filling in the blanks was kind of speculation, which I guess maybe is fine, but I think the whole idea of keeping things under your hat works with a lot of things. It does. But probably shouldn't have, like, if that's going to be something that you're going to be talking about later, if you're going to be divulging more about that conversation later, I don't know, maybe that part of the conversation, considering you were dealing with that part of the conversation later on in the issue, it would have been probably better in the context that was happening if you had gotten more information in the first conversation. I hope that's not too confusing. I'm willing to explain it to anyone if you need to, you know. I don't know. So, okay. So that's the 3 issues that I was going to talk about in this video. So again, we reviewed Joker 1. This one here. You can kind of see Punchline there. We've got the Batman Superman. This is one that has the 2 different panels that you can... The Batman Superman number 16. The 2 different panels of storyline. And then, like I said, Batman Catwoman issue 4. Got Helena Wayne there on the cover. Okay, so a little extra thing that I have. So I don't know if I mentioned this in my trade haul video, but I kind of promised myself and others that I wasn't going to buy any more trades for a while. I did. I did. I did it. I did it. Saturday, I got this one. It's a hardcover. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Yeah. So, and this is the back cover. Harley and Ivy hit the road. The Crown Princess of Crime is ready for a change after the death of a superhero she actually liked. Harley is struggling to find joy, wreaking havoc in an already supremely messed up world. She's even debating becoming a real, true hero and leaving her chaotic life of crime behind. But her partner in crime, Poison Ivy, is not sold. And when the Pharaonic man shows up, hell-bent on harming Ivy, the duo has to hit the streets to avoid him. Can Harley and Ivy survive this wild road trip? So that's something that I bought over the weekend that I'll be adding to the pile to be read. It's a growing pile. It's a growing boy. And someday I'll tell you what I think of it. Someday, when I get to it. Until then, or until the next video, this is the Officially Unofficial Geek podcast. I'm your host, Carrie Quinn. Please, this is the YouTube, and please, obviously, you know it's the fucking YouTube because you're here watching me on YouTube. God damn it. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Anyways, this is the Officially Unofficial Geek podcast. I am your host, Carrie Quinn. Please check us out on Facebook. Please check me out on TikTok, like I mentioned earlier. Please subscribe and like this video and comment below. If you have any suggestions, I always love suggestions. Suggest away. And if I get it, I'll do a video and I'll give you a shout out, obviously. And that's it for now. Be kind to each other. Mask up, social distance, have a vaccination plan, and let your geek flag fly, because obviously I think you're cool. Fuck the lot of them that don't. So, just do what makes you happy. And until later, see ya!